Feeling lucky?
I'm guided by a force much greater than luck. I wonder if I'll be held responsible for this.
Hello, everyone. We are the D20 Duo because that's the name that we came up with, and this is Questlog.
There, I didn't say anything.
And your point was still late, but it's fine. We do this shit live.
Yes.
Not really. This is totally pre-recorded and not live, but, you know, hey, whatever.
It's live for us.
It's live for us. So, hey, we are finally back. We did the podcast last week, and then we played more game, and here we are doing the podcast again. Go
Schedule.
us. Woo!
Adulting.
But yeah, so the last time we were together for gameplay, we started out in the medieval time, or the Dark Ages, I'm sorry. The Dark Ages, and we are on a quest basically to find the little shit that stole the hero medal. And the legendary sword to give it to Frog and make him believe in himself like we believe in him.
Yes.
So we ventured out to the Denadora Mountains. Now this area was kind of interesting in terms of, like, there was a lot of random treasure chests. There were some branching paths that we could do. Some incredibly tough enemies like the Ogun there with the hammer, the green thing with the hammer. You get rid of the hammer and he becomes a little bitch, but
Yeah, I didn't understand how the hammer gave him such a deep, like, defense buff. When it's clearly an attack.
Yeah, it was
Also,
freaking insane.
The Falcon from Fox, those fuckers kept throwing rocks at us, pissing me off.
Bitches. But yeah, as you can see there, so I did 270 damage, like with Chrono, right? If he would have still had his hammer, it would have been like 40 damage.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense at all. Like, why? No. You know, if they had a shield, okay, fine.
Yeah. Shield makes sense.
Yeah. Like the enemies that we ran into in the prison. Hammer.
Yeah.
Like those made sense to block a shit ton of damage, you know. But I don't know. So I mean, but other than that, the enemies were pretty straightforward. They were kind of assholes, but they were pretty straightforward.
Yeah, they weren't too terrible. Again, you were 5 levels above, which you were still dealing average same amount. Like, I wasn't dealing as much damage, but it was still like on par. Like, it wasn't too big of a difference either.
Mm-hmm. And I still maintain, like I told you that, because we agreed the last time we played that we wanted to grind a little bit. I told you I was going to grind for 1 hour, and that's what I did. And apparently you just decided not to.
I didn't think, because I didn't think you would grind for a super long period of time, because when we grinded before, it took a good amount of time, but that's probably just because the things we were fighting didn't give us that much experience. So I figured you'd get like 2 or 3 levels, but like 5, which Chrono's now level 22, so 6 levels ahead. I figured it wouldn't take me too long to catch up, which realistically it probably won't, but it definitely showed during the boss battles. Because I got my ass whooped so bad each time.
Yeah, I remember you struggled on the boss here in Denadora Mountains, and then you really although, in fairness, I struggled on the boss in the Reptite Lair as well. Like, he hit pretty fucking hard, period.
And he had AoEs that did a good chunk of damage each time. So, I know we keep saying, like, we weren't overpowered, but we were, like, a little above. After these bosses, I don't think we're above. I think we're at or just a step below what level we're supposed to be at, because those, with all of my characters almost wiping, and I had to spend like 4 rounds just revive, 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 revive,
Yeah.
please. Let me get 2 hits in.
Well, I think
Oh.
for when we finish the Denadoro Mountains, and we'll get to the boss of the Denadoro Mountains here in a minute. But where we finish here and go into prehistoric era, I believe you were on par and I was a little ahead. However, by the time we finished prehistoric era, I believe you were behind and I was barely ahead,
Yeah.
because when we got Frog at the end of this gameplay, the second to last thing we did was get Frog.
Yeah.
He was level 22 if I remember correctly. And I think my team was 23, 24. So I was just slightly ahead, but you were still actually behind that point. So Frog actually might be more powerful than your team, because when we get Ayla in Ayla, however, I should probably figure out how to actually pronounce it. In prehistoric, she was level 18. So that's why I say you were on par going into prehistory, but I believe that
once we came back,
we hadn't fought enough, honestly. So realistically, you should probably do some grinding in prehistory before we play again on Friday.
What area do you think would be the best for experience? Would prehistory be better, or would where the mountains be better, where you had grinded?
Well, at that point, that's going to be behind you now.
Yeah, I
I mean, you
suppose.
could still grind exactly what I did, but I don't know. I
Might take a
probably,
little longer.
yeah. I
Yeah.
would say go back to prehistory, honestly, and maybe go back into the reptite lair, and try to,
Face those dragons. Those dragons gave a good amount
yeah.
of experience.
If nothing else, you can go to the Mystic Mountains where we come out in the gate, and just
Mhm.
fight the reptites that you can find on the way back and forth. So, it's not a bad idea to grind there anyways, because the vendor will have different stuff later on. Because we
Okay.
will obviously go back to prehistory at some point.
Yeah.
And so you'll be able to gain some petals and horns and shit for
Oh,
trading.
because then I can get the armors.
If you
Which,
want,
yeah,
or
that's kind of
you could
where I
just save
wanted
them
to
for
go
the
anyway.
second upgrade. So, because I'm not gonna
Oh,
bother
there's
getting,
another upgrade
yeah, like he's gonna
that you
get
can trade.
different stuff later on when we come back there in the game.
Oh, okay.
Like I can send you that information later, but
Yeah.
because I'm not gonna bother getting all the ruby vests and stone helms. I got one for Chrono, and that's good enough. Realistically, we'll get stuff that will replace it later on, like.
Well, yeah.
Before we finish in the Dark Ages, we'll probably have stuff to replace it. So, oh
Okay.
look, here's the little fucker throwing rocks at us.
Yeah. Asshole. Which he has shuriken that he uses in the battle. So why is he throwing rocks at us right now?
Because he's a bitch.
Asshole.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, so we made our way up the Dendoro Mountains, and that took a good amount of time, I want to say. And then we get to the top, and we meet these little puckers, Masa and Mune. Um, we fight them individually, which I don't think either one of us had any issues with at all.
No.
Uh,
No, individually they were fine. I think when they Dragon Ball fused with each other, I think they started dealing a good amount of damage where I started going down, but I ended up barely succeeding.
I was gonna say, yeah, because when they literally do a fusion dance right here, um, Which I'm honestly surprised they didn't do the whole freaking motion of just doing a fusion dance, since it was
Yeah.
Toriyama who did all the art for this anyways. But they become this giant freaking imp, and then they start hitting real hard at this
Yeah.
point. And
Yeah, it's
it
great.
becomes a real boss battle. But what was your take on the whole Masamune separate fight and then the fusion fight?
So the separate fight kind of made sense because obviously the sword was in two pieces. It didn't make sense for the fact that only one of the pieces was here and Frog had the other part. So one of the pieces should have been with him. But anyway, uh but for them to fuse into a giant ogre, that part confused me. I was just like, I could have seen it more them turning into one of the Falcon things. Like something elegant and like
Okay.
mystic or something like that. And like it has like a speed and crit rate or something like that. I wasn't expecting just a fucking ogre. Like, it's a sword. Why would it turn into this big hulking mass? You'd think that the Masamune would be more elegant like. So the ogre part I didn't get, but like he fucking wrecked us.
I think you were thinking about it too hard.
998 damage.
Yeah, Fire Tackle
900
was fucking dope.
What? Jesus.
There is one point during this video that I hit, and I don't think it was against Masamune. I think it was against Nizbel that I hit for over 1,000 damage. Which is funny because I didn't think we could hit for over 1,000 in this.
Yeah, you had said 999 was max.
Yeah, I thought so, but I guess that's just 999 is the max HP for us. Like we cannot go into the thousands. I know that much for a fact.
Okay.
Which is, another one of the things that kind of separate this game from Chrono Trigger. Yeah, 1,006.
Yeah,
okay, it was against Masamune. So, but it's one of those things that kind of randomly separate.
Yeah.
Here.
Which I'm assuming if that's the case, the max damage is probably 9999.
Yeah, but I couldn't tell you if I've ever actually hit that much damage for any reason. Maybe with a level 99 Chrono with max strength and the rainbow.
The rainbow.
That's his OG best sword. Is
before the DLC.
Yeah, is called Rainbow.
Okay.
And the beautiful thing about it, not only
spoilers.
It's really
it's a sword. It's not story.
I'm not telling you how to get it yet. I'll tell you how to get that when we get there.
Yeah.
The Rainbow, not only is it his best sword, so it's his most powerful sword, it also has a 70% crit rate. So
damn.
Pretty much 3 out of 4 swipes, he's doing a double slash for it. So maybe if you have the Rainbow and you go after like one of the early enemies, you might do 10,000 damage, but I don't know.
Right.
I don't know how feasible it is to hit on most anything else.
So here is a gameplay related question.
Mm-hmm.
So is speed?
Oh, look, it's me. Because I had to wait for you because you were.
I was
the fight.
dying. Yeah. Does speed affect your crit rate, or what stat? Because like original Pokemon games, the faster your speed was, the more likely you were to crit. So in this case, obviously we have it where the bar goes up. So does speed only affect how fast you can attack again, or does it affect your crit rate also?
That's a good question.
Because there's not a luck stat. If there's a luck stat, I would say that would be crit, but I'm assuming that speed might have something to do with your crit rate as well.
So according to the old Google,
Okay.
um, it's a combination of your weapon bonus. It's governed mainly by your weapon, but it's a combination of your weapon bonuses, equipments, and or other equipment, and the character's level threshold. So there
Okay,
is no
so just the
direct
higher
stat.
level you are, the more likely you are to crit,
Yeah.
essentially. Okay.
Yep. So there you go. At least that's what the Google says. I don't know. Maybe we can dive a little bit more into that the next time we open up the game to play.
Yeah.
And kind of like look at the stats and such. So.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. So we beat Masamune. We get the piece of the Masamune and realize it's only like part of it.
Yep.
Right. And then I believe we go back to Frog with the hero medal, which we get from Tada here. And he reveals that he has the other piece of the sword.
Yep.
And we figure out that Melchior's name is on it. Robo is able to decipher the writing on it, and it turns out that it is Melchior's name on it. Now, the Masamune is supposed to be, thousands of years old, so it kind of brings up the question, how is Melchior's name on there, right?
Because Melchior is from Chrono's time,
yeah,
right?
in 1000 AD.
And we found them in 600 AD?
We found the broken pieces in 600 AD. So, and who knows how long it's been broken.
Yeah, and Dreamstone could only be found in the prehistoric
65
time.
million BC.
Yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of questions. Like, what are the odds that, throwing this out there, what if he's the old man at the end of time? What if he is a time traveler also? Like Doctor Who style, where he's like in different spots.
You're in slightly spoilerish territory. So,
Am I?
So I'm not.
Am I that close?
I'm not gonna reveal anything to you now because it's
Spoilers.
Well, yeah, because spoilers. But we're not that far off from discovering a bunch of shit. Okay.
Okay.
So, what I am going to reveal to you in this moment, for anyone who is watching, I have played Chrono Trigger multiple times. MrWrong has not. Unfortunately, Mr. Wrong has not played a ton of RPGs, which is part of the reason why we started this project anyways. But as of this moment, it's going to be a little while before we actually start hitting some of the games that he has played, and he'll be like the more knowledgeable person. I'm trying to give you some credit here. Like, I wasn't going to say that it was like of our list of like 40 games that we've considered playing, that you've played 2 of them, 3 of them.
Yeah,
I played
just
the majority.
Never had a chance to. The PlayStation 2 was when I finally got to actually like start gaming other than the Game Boy Advance, and I only had Pokemon. So like I didn't have the opportunity to play so many of these games that I've heard so much about, and they sound so good.
Mm-hmm.
But there's new games that come out all the time that I was like, I'll play those.
Yeah, no,
So
that's
it's kind of nice to go back and get the knowledge of these, because then I can see like inspiration for games that I have played.
And absolutely, and that's again part of the reason why this project came about, anyways. And there are games on there that we're both going to be completely lost in, like, because we never played either of them. We have the Lufia games on the SNES, Crusader of Senti for the Sega Genesis, special request from Clive. And not that he'll ever watch this. You know, I watch his content all the time, but Clive, come on.
Throwing shade.
Oh yeah, always. Um, Grandia, I think, is on our list. The Golden Sun games. Golden Sun, I've tried playing those 2 different times now, and I've never made it through. Like,
That's the one Dio wants us to play, right? Golden Sun?
I think so.
As he's brought up 2 or 3 games that he's wanted us to play. I feel like Golden Sun is one of them.
Possibly. I wouldn't doubt it in the slightest, honestly. So, but yeah,
So,
I mean, there's plenty
is
of
Golden
games.
Sun bad? Like you couldn't finish it
Um,
because it was bad, or just like it didn't keep your attention?
it didn't keep my attention. And the last time I played it was on stream, and I hadn't really dedicated myself to the completion of the games that I wanted to complete. So
Yeah.
I think that was part of it too. But I think the next time, and having you playing it alongside me at the
Makes it
same
a lot
time
easier.
will make it easier. Because I
Yeah.
think pretty much, I think there's only one game that we've discussed right yet that we will not be playing simultaneously, and
Yeah.
that's the other game that we've confirmed. Like that we haven't publicly confirmed it, but
Yeah.
the one we talked about that you'd have to buy, and I have to watch for it to be on sale to buy. So, that one we can't play simultaneously because of the branched stories.
Yep.
To my knowledge, every other RPG on our list, we should have no problems with that, but that one we can't do because of the branched story. But
And that's the one with so I'm confirming what one we're talking about. That's the one with the third.
Now you're already spoiling too.
No,
Stop.
that doesn't say anything. The
It
third.
does. It does. It says more than I wanted to say, MrWrong.
No one knows anything.
I'm still making a bold assumption that people are watching. Anyhow, but yeah, so a lot of these games we're both going to be lost on. Anyways, back to the gameplay. So we go visit Melchior, and he basically says it's a long story. What I will confirm for you in spoilers, the man at the end of time and Melchior are not the same person. Okay?
Oh, okay.
But as you can guess, because you kind of said it, I mean, there's a lot of wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff that's about to happen around here. And we're about to get into the thick of it. Because after, like, you already know that Lavos is the big bad, right?
Yes.
But
the hedgehog.
The hedgehog from hell. But we also know that the Fiend Lord is the one who summoned Lavos, and that's where we're heading right now, is the Fiend Lord's castle. Well, spoilers, the game doesn't end after the Fiend Lord's castle, so we're going to experience some other shit that is going to happen, and it's going to be some of the biggest reveals of the game after the Fiend Lord castle. So,
okay.
But and all will be revealed about Melchior in the future, as well as the man at the end of time. So,
okay.
But yeah, so Melchior tells us that he did in fact create the sword. And that it was made out of a substance called Dreamstone, which Robo has no
recollection
nothing of it. And Melchior tells us that it's nowhere to be found anymore.
Which, I mean, that does make sense because Robo is from clearly the future.
Yeah.
And so if it doesn't exist in our current time, there shouldn't be any records of it in general by the time Robo is created, because it's already extinct, essentially.
Basically.
So, like, it makes sense Robo wouldn't know what that is.
Yeah. So he tells us that we can't find it anywhere current. It would have to be like somewhere way in the past. Well, he doesn't know that we have
Able to do
access to
that.
time travel, and can travel to the past and go to prehistory to get some Dreamstone.
Yeah.
So we head out to prehistory, and then we meet Isla. I think that's how we technically pronounce her name, is Isla.
We'll go with Isla.
Uh, did I miss the cutscene?
And this is. Mm,
Yeah, I think we missed the cutscene.
yeah.
Oh well, it's fine. They can look up the cutscene if they want.
Don't come to my channel. Mine crashed multiple times. I couldn't watch it.
Totally did fucking crash. Oh my god. It was such a huge pain in the ass, and I think I just stood there. Yeah, I just sat there vibing because I was waiting for him to reboot 4 different fucking times to be able to skip the cutscene and move on.
Yeah, it crashed every single time that I loaded it. It was no idea.
Thank God for autosaves.
Yeah. Oh my god. If we didn't have autosave, I would have had to redo that entire segment. And we were already an hour and a half in. So like, yeah, we would have just ended stream at that point. Like, well, we met Isla. See you next time. Can't do it.
No, I would have kept going.
Oh,
I would have told you to just go ahead and end your
Catch up.
stream and just catch up with me. But like stay in call with me.
Yeah. No, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was rather silly, unfortunately. But we got it to work and move on.
Yep.
So then we basically, we meet Isla, and we go to her village, and she all up wants freaking Chrono's D.
Yeah, she wants the dick. She wants the Dickens.
So what were your thoughts about Isla and the prehistoric people?
Honestly, I knew she was a cave woman, essentially. So, like, that tracks. Her wanting his dick because he was strong, that matches history, too. Like, the stronger you are, the more likely you are to find a mate. And I was like, oh, this child. This child is strong as fuck. And she even makes a comment about having babies in the game with a strong person. So like they confirmed it. She wants it. She wants a baby.
Yeah. Chrono's baby. She's still cool
Chrono's baby.
She's still cool with marrying Kino, but she wants Chrono's baby.
Oh yeah. She's just like, you're strong. You sleep with me tonight.
Pretty much.
I give you my meat.
Yeah. So yeah, and the people, they're very, very primitive, obviously, as you would expect from a prehistoric cave people type thing. They're still organized in a certain respect of they have a village, they have trade, they have parties, as we're going to find out, that they're going to have a party basically in our honor.
Yep.
We'll
Everyone's gonna get fucking
here.
wasted. Which
Absolutely
we find out that Robo can fucking
trashed.
drink alcohol.
Apparently, like,
Yeah.
it's a little weird, kind of, honestly, but I mean,
Yeah, because he gets wasted, and he dances, and then he falls on his ass. So like, what does that mean for Robo? Like, is he like Bender from Futurama, where he can
bite
just drink?
my shiny metal ass?
Yeah. So leaves a few questions about the autonomy of Robo and how he's able to process and identify liquor, essentially.
I suppose
But
so.
okay.
Also, like, definitely thought it was supposed to be just like poi that they're drinking or whatever. But yeah, this version of the game kind of makes it seem like it's alcohol, like straight up, honestly.
Oh yeah. It's fermented juice. Yeah. And then you get into a drinking contest. which those are gigantic bowls, by the way.
Yep.
Like one of those and my stomach would be like, too much.
Pretty much.
And Chrono, I think we've already established, is 17, right?
That sounds right. I think we did
Because
that. We looked that up on a previous podcast.
yeah, so he's already underage.
Yeah. Well, you know, back in 1000 AD, times were different then. Okay.
I mean, yeah, fair.
Anyways, after the party, this is when we're introduced to the reptites, like officially. The creatures that attack you when you come into the prehistoric area just kind of look like lizard men, but they're established as reptites, and they are established as the other like group of
Species.
beings in this era.
Which is called a species.
Shut up.
Anyways,
so it looks like the reptites had like attacked the party area where we were staying, and now unfortunately our gate key is missing, so we cannot actually get out of here. So we wake up Isla, and she, says, "Well, it's the reptites. They must have stolen it." So we gotta go get it back.
Which in her room, there were 3 saber-toothed tigers and then a moose head, which I'm assuming prehistoric mooses are probably more dangerous than current mooses. So the mooses from that time probably killed the saber-toothed tigers because like they're fucking strong.
Probably.
Makes me curious. I think it'd be cool if we fought some saber-toothed tigers. Do we fight any saber-tooths? Or if we fought a moose, can a moose be a boss?
Definitely not moose. Damn
it.
Can confirm that. I don't think we fight any saber-tooth tigers either, to be honest with you. So,
well, we're only like, other than the birds, we've only been fighting actual monsters.
Yeah.
The birds with the bells, which they're not, I'm assuming they're more like impish creatures. I don't know if they're directly birds because they're carrying bells around, so they have some sort of intelligence. But we haven't fought like actual animals.
I don't think we do. And we also don't fight actual humans really much either, I don't believe.
Yeah.
I think they did keep the humanoid enemies to straight monsters. But which is why part of the reason why I think they used the reptites in here. But it turns out that Kino had stolen the stuff, and then he lost it to the reptites because he's a puss, and that's why Isla doesn't want to have his babies. But
he's not strong.
Exactly.
Even though he looks the same size as Chrono.
Yeah. And buffer than Isla, so I mean,
yeah. But she got the legs for days.
Apparently.
And I still think that she uses her tail to attack every once in a while. Because I saw one where she swung her tail and fucking hit. So her standard attack has something to do with their tail.
See, Isla have baby.
Yes. Then Kino Chief.
But I don't think that she does that. Anyways.
Well, also, Isla die, Isla have baby, then Kino Chief. That string of events is wrong.
A little bit.
You can't
I
die
think the
and then have a
translation is
baby.
A little bit off there. I mean,
she can die while having said baby.
Yeah, well, I mean, technically she could still die, and they could cut the baby out of her before it dies too.
Yeah.
I mean, the time frame is real close either way.
So yeah. Either way.
But yeah.
Speculation.
So, So we go through here, and then we get into the Reptite's lair. And this is where your game started getting a little fucky too. He had like an
Yeah.
all black screen where I had like the actual cave.
Yeah,
So
I
that
could
was a little
only see the
weird.
enemies. Like anytime I did any lightning move or like anything that like triggered like flashes, I could see the background, but like I only could see enemies, which is really fucking weird. So I had to change my graphics back to classic mode, and that was the only thing that fixed it. So, if you have that issue, that's how you fix it. Change your graphics to classic mode instead of like increased or whatever the term was.
Fixing it with Mr. Wrong.
Mr. Fix It.
Mr. Fix It. I mean, there was nothing too great special about the Reptite's lair, really. Um, we just wandered around, beat shit up until we found our way, and then we eventually found our way to not Isla, Azela, who's the leader of the Reptites.
Who is very intelligent.
And I think that's what, for me, that's what kind of like it's funny that this um
Prehistoric being knows what this device, like he calls it a device even.
yeah.
What does this device do? So it opens up a question too of what devices are they already aware of that
Mm-hmm.
exist in that time for that word to already exist?
Yeah. And they're speaking, as you saw with Isla and Kino, it's like Isla bad, Isla die, Isla have baby, Kino chief, Kino protect village. It's kind of thing. But you have the dialogue here on screen. This is Azela who's about to be revealed. What in the world? Could those filthy apes have crafted something this advanced? Like, it's
He's
very direct and intelligent speak. You
yeah.
know, so we get the reveal of Azela here, and obviously because he has this intelligence, this is why the Reptites are at war with the humans, because like the humans think that they're the best, they're the strongest type of thing, but Azela and his Reptites are intelligent and they think they deserve the world. I don't
Yeah.
know why, this is a common like separation type of thing. Azela will end up going full like Fuhrer at some point and try to exterminate the humans. I don't know why we can't live together in harmony, but we can't do that in real fucking life. So why would we be able to do that in a video game?
And
So
we are all the same species
exactly.
that we can't get along. Um, it does beg a question because we're past this part. So he asked us what the device did, and we had the option, obviously, of yes or no to tell him what it did. Diz, as a you've played this, have you selected yes and told him what it is? And does it change much of his I don't think it'll change the story. Like, but I could see it possibly affecting later outcomes because you're telling him time travel essentially. Because I would assume, like, you're like, yeah, that lets us travel through time. And then he's gonna be like, what?
Yeah. I don't believe it changes much. It definitely doesn't change any of the story because I believe Azela hints to in his dialogue that he realizes that we don't belong there, that we are different from Isla and her tribe.
Yeah.
So, um, like I don't think it changes much, and it definitely doesn't change any of the story. And then obviously we're not done with Azela after this point in time. But this is the toughest boss of this gameplay, and this is Nizbel. And this is the one that fucked Mr. Wrong up.
Very much so.
Hardcore. Now you didn't wipe, if I remember correctly.
No, I did not wipe. I didn't wipe it all during this gameplay, but I I believe I was one character had 3 HP left and the other two were down, and I was barely able to revive and heal before he did an AoE and wiped one of the characters right back down. But I had two of them up still, so I just focused on healing for like 3 rounds where they could survive and revive. And then Chrono hit him one time and then he died. I was like, you motherfucker. Like, I was that close and you wouldn't let me heal long enough to hit one time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was a bitch.
Yeah. Well,
This is why I do need to grind, because I very much need to get to the level that everyone's at.
yeah. Well, and, and they hinted early on in this portion of things that lightning damage will weaken dino defense or reptite defense.
Yeah.
So you have to pretty much keep hitting the dinosaurs with lightning from Chrono. The problem is with Nizbel is that unlike the other reptites that you fought up to this point, he does two things a little differently. One, in a standard fight, like with some of the other dinosaurs and stuff, they stay weak. Like their defense has dropped and is down for a couple turns. Some of them are even, it even pops up and says shocked. Like, and they won't act for a turn or two.
Yeah.
Not Nizbel.
Nope.
And obviously it's probably because he's a boss. But his defense immediately will go right back up by the time Chrono's next turn happens. Because there was a time where I was like, okay, I'm going to hit him with like a different move, and I did the real shitty damage to him. So I was like, oh no, I've got to hit him with lightning every single
round.
turn with Chrono. The other thing that he did, and maybe this is because he, survives longer than a standard enemy, he did that electric discharge. So he
Yes.
literally took every time that you hit him with lightning and then bolted it back at you at one point, and it was big AoE damage. It hurt like a some bitch.
And that's literally why I kept going down, because it was an AoE and hurt everybody.
Mm-hmm. And he did it once, like every 3 turns, like every third attack, he was doing it.
Yep.
Even at my level, which is a few levels ahead of MrWrong, like we've already talked about, like a couple characters dropped for a second, if I remember correctly, but I was healing constantly. I actually wish I had Robo instead, so I could have used Heal Beam instead of having Marley using Cure. I thought she would be more effective with the single Cure, but I was wrong. But yeah, so we did end up beating Nizbel, even if it was by the skin of our teeth. Nizbel went down, and then Azalea gave us the gate key back. But obviously, he will return. And we will go up against him at some point later on, and I will be 100% honest with you. That is one of the toughest battles in the game.
Fun. Okay.
Yeah.
That's coming.
Give you
up
something to look
in the
forward
next.
to.
Is that coming up in the next few
that
streams, or
that'll
that's
be
later game?
That'll be a while for us still.
Okay. So we really need to grind.
I want to say that that's going to be almost near end game for us. To be honest. Let me see if I can kind of give you an idea here. Duo. Computer is running slow because I have too much shit on.
Too many programs.
Too many programs. Okay, so we have, in terms of actual story,
Okay.
if we continue on following my initial like itinerary, because so far we have
We've matched it.
yeah, if I
Okay.
remember correctly, we will hit it not this Friday, the following Friday. But we,
Oh.
but because we only have 3 gameplays left before we start hitting side quests.
Oh. So we're progressed through the game a good amount then.
Yeah, I mean, Super Nintendo RPGs aren't incredibly long. They're not by the same standards of like current day RPGs, like Clair
Yeah.
Obscur, which took how many hours did you put in Clair Obscur? Like
So many.
you know, but
Uh,
it's a lot of, because we
74
also haven't
hours.
we haven't been grinding a ton on stream either. When we get on stream, we go to the next story element. So
Yeah, we've only
that's
played for 13. Well, also this is get rid of some grind time, but I shows that I've played for 13.5 hours for Chronos Trigger.
yeah, okay. And honestly, and it's Chrono, not Chronos. Um,
Whatever.
but like the game is only going to be about 30 hours long total, and that's with grind time.
Yeah.
So, because again, that was a ton. That was a ton of time for the like Super Nintendo era.
Yep,
So,
very much so.
but yeah, so we beat Nisbel. We'll end up coming back to Azela here at some point in the future and have to deal with that very tough boss. But then we go back. We did a little grinding in Prehistory to try to get those weapons wanted.
Yep.
Then we go back to Melchior, who repairs the. That's not bad.
That's us going to get
Oh, I think I have a gameplay section that's mute. Oh,
oh.
nope. That's just my background. So we get the sword fixed from Melchior, who was like, "How the hell did you get some Dreamstone? Don't worry about it. We got our ways, old man. Okay,
We did the thing.
we did the thing."
Move on.
And then we take the completed sword and the hero medal back to Frog. This is where we get Frog's past a little bit. We find out that he was in fact a human. Well, spoilers. That's the last part of this. So this is Cyrus, who is like the hero of the kingdom. Like the entire kingdom of Guardia basically puts their faith in Cyrus. But he hasn't been seen in a while. No one knows what happened to Cyrus. Right?
Yes.
Now we know because we're about to find out.
Yep.
But we also find out stuff about Frog's past here. So
Which for this part, just because it was my first playthrough, when this was happening, I didn't realize this was a flashback. And I thought that the king and queen were trying to go get this random knight to go kill Frog because they kept saying Frog King. I'm like, why are they trying to kill Frog? What Frog do? What Frog doing? Like, I was like, the queen was just like, please come back to us last time. I was like, this two-faced bitch. She's trying to kill Frog now. And I had no idea what was happening. I didn't realize it was a flashback, but obviously we get to the part where it explains it. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
not the same thing. Got it. Okay.
Well, and in part of a problem / limitation, I suppose, with this game, we've heard the name Cyrus mentioned previously, but
Yes.
as of this moment, we don't know who Glenn is, other than apparently, Cyrus is like squire slash cohort here type
Yeah.
of thing. They mentioned the Frog King, which I can understand why you have like thinking that they're talking about Frog. I mean, this is the only time this being shows up again. You would think that maybe the Frog King would show up again. I think it would be cool to fight the Frog King.
Yeah.
But
Honestly,
Cyrus
Quest.
shows up in the fucking thing and just dick smacks him like straight up Nirvana strike, boom, boom, boom. And he's like, okay, I'm dead. I'm dead. Run away. He runs
I'm
away.
dead, it's fine.
He throws the medal at him type thing. So now Cyrus has the hero medal. And then we see Cyrus going up against the Fiend Lord. We see the Fiend Lord for the first time.
Yes.
And there he is standing with his cape fucking like this is why capes are fucking badass, because you can stand there in the wind and the cape just fucking is doing his thing. Whoosh.
Yeah. And he looks elegant as fuck.
Yeah. They kind of hinted that Cyrus had the Masamune, but I don't believe Cyrus ever actually held the Masamune. I don't know. It could be the reason why it was broken. This is very obviously the Denadoro Mountains again, where we found the Masamune.
Yep.
So maybe Masa and Mune like picked up the broken piece and took it back to the top where Frog has the hilt.
Yep.
But it's basically revealed here that Cyrus tries to defend Glenn, dies in the process, and Glenn is turned into the being we know as Frog. So that is kind of a thing. So first off, let's talk about Cyrus here. You know, he's supposed to be the big hero, and he falls very easily to the Fiend Lord.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I mean, my assumption is that he falls as fast as he does because we probably are seeing this post battle, and this was his like final war cry, essentially, where the Masamune probably had broken right as the dialogue, because the dialogue starts with the Masamune, and so like I'm assuming that that's when it essentially broke. So we're entering this post. They've already been battling for God knows how long. And then he's like, "You're weak. Spontaneous combustion." And I remember the green guy. I liked killing him. I'm glad he's gone.
You didn't kill him.
Did we kill him? Nope. No, he summoned the Zombor. Well, I'm excited to kill him. Even though he's the only voice that I've been able to accurately portray and keep constant. So like I'm proud of myself for that. But yeah, the other ones this was Glenn getting turned into a frog and just falling off a cliff. Okay. Instead of killing him, they're like, suffer for eternity.
Which he's made it work, apparently. So
Yeah.
But yeah, so Cyrus, you know, goes down. It's not the last we've seen of Cyrus either. So you know.
Oh.
Spoilers.
Yeah, that's a spoiler.
And then Glenn gets turned into Frog. So, and what are your thoughts on the Fiend Lord there? Like him just being merciless. He fucking brutally murders Cyrus right in front of Glenn, basically, and then turns him into a frog to make him suffer for all eternity.
I mean, he's the equivalent of a demon lord, so like he's playing his part. There's not much to really question on that. I think he literally is like a bad guy. He's like, yeah, fuck you, die, go away.
Fair.
As it, because that's the first encounter we have with him. So until we see more of him, I don't know if there's a redemption arc in the future for him. We'll find out.
I mean, that was pretty bad. I don't think there's really a whole lot of redeeming that.
Yeah, no, that's why I was like, well, I mean, have you watched Supernatural?
Nope, I'm on season 2. I am actively watching it, actually. So,
Bish, you need to catch up.
well, I tried to, and someone couldn't. Someone couldn't sit down and binge watch it. So,
You need to binge watch it.
I'm
All
trying.
15 seasons.
I'm trying, but I mean, like, well, so we're in October, and I've been trying to do my 31 days of horror, so I've been trying to watch movies every day. So that has
Yeah.
cut into my supernatural time.
Fair. Okay, fair.
But
As long as you're making the effort to make it through Supernatural, I'm proud of you. I do know, and I'll let you know, that a lot of people struggled with it's either season 3 or season 4, where it kind of dropped off for them, which that's what happened to Tim too, but it literally will pick back up the following season, because they had one season where it's just kind of filler. Like, there's nothing huge story-wise that happens. It just kind of goes to them doing just normal hunts without anything external happening around them. But it does pick up, and then there's big plot stuff that happens the following season. So, like, it will pick back up. So I'm just pre-warning you. There will be a season that feels like it drops, but true fans are fine. Like, I still enjoyed every single part. I didn't have that issue, but Tim did.
fair enough. Fair enough. So, all right. Well, that basically concludes the majority of our gameplay session from this. We had the cutscene here, the badass cutscene where Frog cuts a fucking mountain open.
Yep. And I have an issue with only one side of the mountain moving instead of both sides, because he cut it in half. Why is only one side going? But anyway,
fair.
Not the point.
Yeah, we got a little bit more of more of things with Cyrus and Glenn's
History.
past. They were like best of friends type of deal. I mean, one could kind of question even maybe a little bit further. I don't know. But even during the dialogue,
wouldn't say that, because that's a 6-year-old and that's a 15-year-old. I don't know.
I do not think that is that much of a age gap in there. Anyways.
Just looking at it like that, but yeah, in the future, yeah, they're on the DL.
But like Cyrus even admits that Glenn should become a knight because he's better with a sword than he is. So, like, this really kind of like hypes up the idea that actually Frog should be the legendary hero. So
yeah.
But yeah, that mostly does it for our gameplay on this session. We have to take, before we go into the magic cave, we actually need to take Frog to the
End of time
to get his magic
element,
unlocked.
Which we are pretty sure it's water.
It is water.
Okay.
But yeah, we need to take him to do that. Most sense
being a frog, so yeah.
And then on our next stream, we will be heading towards the Fiend Lord Castle, and that's that showdown. And I believe after we do the Fiend Lord Castle, we do end up back in the prehistoric era for a little while. But
okay,
after the Fiend Lord Castle, we are going to start to see a lot of the stuff come together and start getting more of the full story of everything. Probably not in this next gameplay directly, but the following one is where we're going to really deep dive into the whole of everything and Lavos and figure out how we're going to save the world. So but yeah, thank you again for joining us. We didn't have anything super clever this time, really.
Yeah, we didn't have a catchphrase.
So if you watch this far, put Frog King sucks in the comments below, because the Frog King sucks. Yeah.
And we never fight him.
Which
is sad.
Very sad. But yeah, if you don't already follow us, please consider following us both on Twitch, where you can see our gameplays live on Friday mornings. You can find the links below. Obviously, if you're watching this video anyways, consider giving a like and a sub to my channel here on YouTube.
It doesn't
Also-
cost anything. It's free to do, and you can always unsubscribe later.
Exactly. Consider also following MrWrong's channel as well, which again, you can find the link down below in the description. But yeah, we appreciate you coming and hanging out with us and listening to us talk about this game and a bunch of other random shit that we shouldn't be talking about when we're talking about this game. But
that's how it works.
Yep.
ADHD's a bitch.
Right. He's Mr. Wrong. I am Legionkaje. We are the D20 duo because that's the name that we came up with. And this is
Questlog.
We were on time. Look at us.
The funny thing is, we weren't on time for me.
Well, you've offset us properly. Bye, everyone.
Bye.